Discretion is advised.
A man watering his lawn is shot during a robbery. New at 10 surveillance video shows the 71-year-old victim refusing to give up his wallet before callously getting shot.
He did survive the shooting and right now is being treated at Mount Sinai Hospital, where Eyewitness News reporter Liz Nagy is tonight. Liz.
Kathy, Federico LaGuardia is here at Mount Sinai Hospital recovering after his family says he underwent surgery earlier this evening. Now, new surveillance video from a neighbor shows the two men who ran up to him, robbed him, then shot him. On the south side, more bullet casings scattered a sun-baked block at 71st in California.
I heard the gunshot and I ran out here, and he was like dazed in the street.
Surveillance video from another neighbor's home shows exactly that. This is Federico LaGuardia, a 71-year-old man out watering his front lawn. Two men on bikes ride up, rob him of his wallet before firing a shot into his abdomen. You see the garden hose go airborne and the men pedal off.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you're not even safe in your own yard.
More than 40 other Chicago families now know how that feels after a bloody holiday weekend. Gunshots forced a brand new baby boy into the world early. Someone fired at least 17 shots at his mom and dad sitting on their front porch.
The men and women in CPD are clearly doing what we want them to do. We're at 6,000 gun recoveries for the year. Clearly, the police department is doing their job. I need our legislators and our judicial partners to help. It's as simple as that.
6,000 illegal guns are off the street. Still, nearly 500 people have been killed so far this year, far more than the total for all of last year. Chicago police detectives have now taken that surveillance video as part of their investigation. They're hoping the clarity of that video will help them quickly track down those two suspects. Reporting live in Lawndale tonight, Liz Nagy, 7 Eyewitness.
Two men were sentenced today to 15 years in prison for shooting and carjacking a Navy veteran, leaving him confined to a wheelchair. Javon Ross and Victor Moore reached a plea deal today in the attack on Laquan Taylor. Investigators say that Taylor had parked his car outside of a Kroger on Moreland last year when the two suspects approached him. The district attorney says Taylor gave the men his keys, but they still shot him at least
Breaking overnight, a heartbreaking scene on a Miami street. Witnesses say a woman was shot nearly a dozen times.
And right now, that woman is fighting for her life. This morning, 7's Jessica Hawley is live at Jackson Memorial Hospital with the latest. Jessica?
Yeah, that shooting was late last night, and as you said, this woman was shot multiple times, and neighbors tell us that all of this happened right in front of her children. Let's take a look at the woman we're talking about. We have a picture given to us from family. The woman who was shot, she is 35-year-old Shaquina Hannah. She is a mother of 6 children. Hannah has a large family, and many are gathered here at the hospital this morning. Her sister telling 7 News that she believes Hannah will survive. The shooting happened between 10 and 11 last night at a home at 450 Northwest 73rd Terrace in Miami. And we talked to a neighbor who tells us what happened after she heard the multiple gunshots.
I waited till the gunshots was over. I heard kids screaming in the back about their mama, so I went outside and looked over and saw the woman on the ground, and I just stood over her and prayed over her and called 911 to get her some help. And I didn't realize how many times she had been shot until just now. That she was shot over 12 times. That's a lot. I just pray to God that she makes it.
Family members tell us they believe the shooter in this case is someone that Hannah knows. If you know anything about this shooting, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. The number is 305-471-TIPS. If your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn a cash reward. We're live in Miami. Jessica Hawley today in Florida.
Memphis police have warrants for 2 men they say shot and killed a father for his car. Terrellance Stanford was gunned down back in July after he found his stolen Infiniti parked at a Whitehaven apartment complex. He was on the phone with police when he was killed. WMC Action News 5's Tiffany Neely with who investigators want to find and the toll this has taken on the victim's family.
it's just hard not knowing who killed my baby. And
for Sharon Williams, that burden just got a little lighter. Memphis police have issued arrest warrants for these two men, LaCurtis Odom and Montrell Clark, in the murder of Williams' son, Terrell Stanford.
You can only begin to imagine, and it's hard.
Police say Stanford was killed at the Hickory Hill Apartments when he found his car that was stolen weeks prior. Two suspects confronted Stanford and shot him. Police say he died on the scene. Both suspects have criminal backgrounds. LaCurtis Odom was arrested in 2013 for theft of property, 2014 for identity theft and forgery, and 2015 for possession of burglary tools and criminal trespass. Montrell Clark was arrested in 2013 for motor vehicle burglary. Stanford leaves behind a child on the way and his 8-year-old son. Williams says that son is the spitting image of his father.
Watching my 8-year-old grandson watch his dad be buried, that was the hardest thing for me to watch.
With so many questions left unanswered.
He looked and he asked me, Grandma, why they had to kill my dad?
She wants to see the faces of these two men on trial for her son's death.
Turn yourself in. Face what you've done.
Reporting in Memphis, Tiffany really definitely see action with fire.